What is the most catastrophic mistake you made as an intern at a company? When I was 21, I almost lost several $100 million by threatening to mutilate one of our customers. In my senior year in college, I worked full-time as an intern PM at NET App. I spent most of that time at work being groomed and prepared to be a full product manager. And given that my background was in cryptography, I got pulled into a lot of customer meetings related to security. One of our customers at the time was undergoing a big change with their security architecture, and I tagged along with one of the directors to the meeting. I was one of 10 PMs giving talks on the roadmap and our plans. Then I had 30 minutes to convince their CIO and CEO that we could integrate our new systems well with the new security infrastructure they were rolling out. It turned out, though, that the CIO and CEO weren't the only ones in the room. Joining them was the company's chief security officer, CSO. Like me, he was a young rising star in their company with a lot to prove in a short period of time. He also didn't like me much from the get-go. When I walked in the room, he sneered, and when I went to plug in my laptop to the projector, he openly asked, is he really going to present alone? Most of my 5-slide presentations was instantly ripped apart. I had a good command of the tech involved, so the criticism wasn't on our findings. Instead, he nitpicked the design. The colors were off, the fonts weren't like the other presenters. Admittedly, I did disregard the style, designs, by bad, etc. When I finished my slides and hit the time for questions, he laughed and chewed me away. Good effort, but you clearly don't abide by our security practices. I was exhausted from working all night and attending school full time, so his criticism made me angry. I was pissed off and I decided to push back. Neat, well, what specifications are you referring to? Customer, you don't understand. We are subject to a vast amount of compliance requirements, include me DING, FIPS 142, PCI, DSS, FISMA. Their CEO took notice of me pushing back and seemed to wake up from his I don't care when lunch stupor as the CSO and I nerd battled like we were Sith and Jedi LARPers at Gen Con. A bunch of the account reps in the back of the room tried to get me to come off stage. My director let me say. Finally, once I had proven that we fit the spec, the CSO changed tone to something ridiculous. Well, what about biometric scanners? I was confused. We were a storage company, not the NSA. I explained that our system supported biometric protocols, but he insisted on first-party scanners. Frustrated, I said, you don't need them. They're expensive and unnecessary. The CSO immediately and vehemently shot back, angrily citing his military experience and how he was going to make an infrastructure that was unhackable. So I decided to turn the tables on him. Okay, biometric scanners. What kind of biometric scanners do you need? He gave me a basic list of specs, but having recently completed a homework assignment in my information security class, a class taught by an ex-NSA crypto analyst who liked to talk about now public faults in old security systems. On the topic, I hit him back with the various faults in modern bioscanners, including the gory details on how you fraud them. Me, so you want bioscanners with feedback, right? That's cool. Well, what's to stop me from cutting off your thumb and swiping it like in the movies? Nothing, unless of course you want to integrate temperature and humidity monitors. And even then, I'll defeat it by running tubes into your cut-off thumb with warm water or soaking it in salt water in the microwave. The room fell silent. The CSO looked horrified. The CEO was stunned. My director was laughing. I kept going, describing how even retina scanners could be fooled. Finally, the meeting ended and I was rushed out, only after thanking the customers for their time, of course, to where I met with the rest of the PMS in attendance, who were literally doubled over with laughter. The account rep on the team later joined us and blasted me with a series of insults, noting that my insubordination might cost them the account and that I clearly wasn't mature enough for my job. I spent the next few days calling myself an idiot and getting ready to change my LinkedIn status, but when the email feedback report on my presentation came back, I got the highest rating from the accounts exec team. They noted that the CSO can be difficult sometimes, and they appreciated that I had a strong command and understanding of the security requirements of our space. I spent the next few years at NET App running product security. This event definitely came up during my year-end review though, and since then I've become much better at presentation etiquette.